purchased this from friends. I love coming outside at 6 in the morning when the sun has just risen to look at the garden. I've been up since 5 knitting in the dark, and now I get to come outside and enjoy the morning sounds. And it's actually nice and cool outside, although I'm just wearing a sundress right now that I slept in. Here's some of our arches. We have a couple of new David Austin roses to plant. One is a replacement for one that I ordered in the springtime, and unfortunately it arrived dead, so the company replaced it. It's a Crown Princess Margarita for our archway up at the top of the hill. And the other one is a polka rose, which is a new variety. And it's going to be a shrub rose, but another kind of tangerine color. Here's all these little guys. Our basil is wild. And here are our chickens. When we come outside, we let them have full range of the yard. Good morning, ladies. They each have names, but I'm not going to tell you what they are. Maybe you can try to guess. These are our sweet potato vines. I don't know if they'll be out, but this is full of hundreds of baby tree frogs. I'll have to come back out later, and hopefully they're out, because they're everywhere. And they're so cute, they're so small. Looks like my husband planted maybe some more sweet potatoes over here and some broccoli, I am assuming. Oh, I can show you this cluster of peppers over here. So we've had a bunch of ghost peppers, scorpion peppers, Carolina Reapers. As you can see, these plants are prolific. Of course, we'll harvest those when they're red, but we've already gotten so much harvest. My husband's made us some really delicious hot sauce. These peppers are really spicy, but that's the fun part. They're really fruity though, and tasty, and he's been making a hot sauce with a Meyer lemon and honey vinegar, so it's really good. I will say these peppers do look evil. All of the roses up there are new this year. Not this red rose, but everything on the hill. So next year, those are going to be amazing. The butterfly bushes make it smell so good out here. And there's a Japanese maple. This is a giant stick bug. I mentioned wanting to find a tree frog, and my husband found this giant one. I'm actually wondering if this is a baby toad. You guys tell me. I'm thinking toad. Hey, chickens. Okay, here we go. There's the baby. So they're all coming out. Oh, I see more. I'm awkwardly checking in my car to say pumpkin mugs acquired. Okay, hi. So today I haven't actually really gotten to talk to the camera. I've just been showing you some things I've done today, and that was early this morning, so I haven't really actually gotten to record anything since, but I just went and had a little bit of an adventure, which is awesome because I work 6 days a week, so I never get to actually go anywhere, do anything, but I got to go see my best friend for coffee, and that was really nice, a couple hours of an outing. And because I was out, and again, this is a rarity, I went to a store and I got a couple of cute things. So I mentioned yesterday that I wanted to find a pumpkin mug, and I did. This was a 2-pack, obviously. It's not quite what I had in mind. I was wanting a mug that's actually shaped like a pumpkin, but I couldn't find any that didn't have faces on them, or I saw some Mickey Mouse pumpkins, but I thought these were quite cute. So yeah, I got those. And I saw on my first vlog, there was a recommendation for a potter. So I'm going to have to look into that potter for maybe getting a pumpkin mug next year. I've definitely overspent my pottery budget, if such a thing exists, this year, buying some other handmade pottery. So I'm going to have to look into that one for maybe next year. But these I'm very excited about for now. And I also got, I did not set out to buy this, but I do love to decorate our dining table. That's about the only thing I put decoration. My daughter's wildly running in her walker. Anyway, I just got a tablecloth, sort of a large gingham with pumpkins. So I'm going to decorate our table. This table has not been cleared off in so long. There are probably 10 small pots of houseplants that live right here on the corner of the table. So as you can imagine, this has not been cleaned in quite a while, so this was kind of long overdue anyway. So I'm going to spray this down with alcohol and get this cleaned up before I put the tablecloth on. So in thinking about this, I realized this might not be the most entertaining footage to kind of add in, but I'm not somebody who gets the opportunity to decorate much for things, so this is kind of nice to just get to enjoy the autumn. And I especially don't buy new things, and I don't buy seasonal things typically. I tend to buy thrifted things, so this is kind of like a treat, although finding a used treasure is more of a treat. But anyway, let's get this on the table. Okay, it's so cute. It just makes me think of like a giant bed sheet. This looks like a twin-size bed now. So now I can't wait to add on my decorations again. This is kind of surreal to see this in our kitchen. It's a lot. It's very orange. My husband's probably going to come inside and be confused. Let's see what we can do with this. So I've finished my, we're gonna call this maximalist autumn table. I love it. I'll be honest, when I first put on the tablecloth, I wasn't sure how much I would really enjoy it because it changed the look of the room so much. But when I turned off the overhead light, I mean, I think we can all agree, candle lighting and just natural light is always better. So when I turned off the overhead light, it just looked so much more natural, and I decided to put my table runner back on. It needs a wash, but anyway, I thought this looked so pretty, and so I have a little lemon echinacea tea to drink from my new pumpkin mug. And let's see, all these pumpkins are from our garden. This butternut squash basket, these are from our garden. This is just like probably an eighth of what we have in terms of butternut squash. But yeah, I think this turned out beautiful. This is a salt jar my husband made. He's a potter. Funny story, when this came out of the kiln, the lid was actually stuck in the pot, and so he's kind of ridiculous, and I feel like when you've made something enough, you don't mind what happens to it, I guess. He like threw this at the trash can. He was just gonna throw it away, and the lid popped right off, and so I was glad because I didn't want him to throw it away anyway. But yeah, so it's like a salt crock that my husband made. I have some Depression era glass here. I love them. But there we go. That's my little project for today. What kind are these?
Carolina Reaper. There's 2 Carolina Reaper, 2 scorpion peppers, 2 ghost peppers.
Hello. So it's nearing the end of the day. Today is October 1st. For me, it's the second day of Vlogtober since I started recording a day early. Sorry, there's a plane. So today has been a busy day because I think I mentioned earlier, but I got to go out and meet my best friend Kira for coffee. That was really nice. I haven't seen her in a while, and working 6 days a week, I don't get to get out very often. So this morning when I was trying to kind of start recording, my husband was still asleep, and my daughter, and Sunday is pretty much the only day that we get together as family, so I was trying to be a little bit less. Sundays will definitely be lighter as far as me talking goes, but hopefully tomorrow I'll have lots of stuff to share that'll be interesting with hopefully some knitting. I finished a chart today on my Rhinebeck cowl, and I knit a couple of rows on my brioche cardigan, but that's about it. Normally Sundays can be hit or miss. Sometimes I get lots of time for knitting, and some days none. So today is one of the none days. Perhaps tonight, but editing last night took a good while because it was a longer video and I was coming up with like some of my graphics. So hopefully tonight it won't take as long and I'll actually get to knit, and yeah, so I think I'll go inside and have dinner with my family. It's not autumn weather today. Yeah, I figured I should probably stop in for a moment and just speak to you guys a little bit. I am looking forward to tomorrow. I think I'll get to do a little bit more recording and like showing you guys kind of so on Mondays I am at home. I'm not at my shop. I actually also work, some of you know this, but I work for a company. I am essentially a remote manager, but ultra part-time, but I manage a company, and a team. I'm an assistant, basically, administrative assistant. Anyway, long story short, on Mondays, that's my office day, so I work all day from home, and so I still get to be with my daughter every day, and unlike the yarn store, that's a guaranteed paycheck, so that's great. So yeah, I'm busy all week. Anyway, working from home, there's plenty of downtime, so tomorrow I should be able to get into some stuff for day 3. Thank you guys who watched my first one. We had I had some really sweet comments on there so far with the ones I've gotten a chance to read, so that really means a lot. Alright guys, maybe I'll get to check in later, but if not, I'll see you tomorrow. These peach begonias have been a stunner all year. They have non-stop bloomed since we brought them home. I wish they were perennial, but I'll just have to make sure to get some more next year. My little tucked away knitting retreat.